Self-improvement is ruining your life. You are not a project. It is never ending. It's damaging. We've heard it all. Surely I'm not the only one that's seen all these videos floating around the internet. And I don't know, like, unpopular opinion, but it feels like this way of thinking can be a huge cop-out for people to continue feeding behaviors that are ultimately not serving them. Let me know your thoughts. And don't get me wrong, I actually follow and enjoy some of the creators that have created these types of videos. This isn't meant to be like a dig at those creators. It's just a dig at the whole concept that self-improvement is bad. We are all entitled to our own thoughts and opinions, so don't come for me. This is just my thoughts and opinions. But it's just bullshit. I'm not buying it. It just feels like a bit of clickbait, like to get you to click on this video, and then at the end of the day, they end up saying that self-improvement isn't a bad thing. But that's the whole basis of what the title and thumbnail are alluding to. You know what I mean? And like, as a creator, I get it. You want people to click on your video so they ultimately watch the whole thing and your message. I get it. So self-improvement, by definition, the one I found online at least, is the improvement of one's knowledge, status, or character by one's own efforts. Which I take this definition to mean like learning new things, moving ahead in your life or your wealth status, becoming a better person that brings more value into the world, and just someone that works towards what they want for themselves. And because we are all individual, that is going to be different for all of us. I just think that self-improvement is such an individual journey, and it's not the self-improvement that's the problem. It's the behaviors and the mindset that you are choosing to nurture after consuming such content. At the end of the day, self-improvement, it's a simple concept. It's a simple concept that in reality might not be so easy for everyone to implement. And it's the implementation part of the equation that I believe will make or break this experience for someone. It's like these things in their essence aren't bad or toxic or ruining your life. And I would go further to say that they are actually doing the opposite for most people. Self-improvement is not ruining your life. Your unhealthy behaviors are. And the thing that's got me like side-eye is like I said, at the end of most of these videos, the creators are coming around to a similar message. It's not the self-improvement that's the real problem. It's the overdoing it, or it's the lack of balance, or it's the lack of taking action. So it's not even the self-improvement that's the problem, but yet all of these videos are highlighting self-improvement, personal growth, personal development, whatever you want to call it, is the problem here. That's the bad guy. I just don't believe that. Self-improvement shouldn't lead to negative self-talk, telling yourself that something is wrong with you. I believe if you're doing it right, self-improvement can actually help decrease the amount of negative self-talk you have in your life. The overall feel of these videos is just like self-improvement does not help you improve your life. It's the actions that you take that are going to help you improve your life. Which, like, I can agree with part of that, but I also can disagree with parts of that. For me, self-improvement has definitely improved my life, and I do consume self-improvement content. But I think that the biggest thing that I have learned along the way, I have only learned this because of putting myself into spaces of personal growth and self-improvement and mindset coaching and all of those kind of things. Once you learn a new concept, a new way of doing something, you then turn around and implement. And that is the cycle. You learn something, you implement, you learn something, you implement, you learn something, you implement. And in between all of that, of course I'm simplifying that. So in between all of that, it's a lot of trial and error and seeing what works for you and seeing what aligns for you. I just don't believe that everyone that is consuming self-improvement content is going into it thinking, oh, there is something wrong with me. Oh, I'm a project. Oh, I need to fix myself. It's just, I know that I'm not feeling my best self. And I know that no one else is going to come and save me. And I have to be the one to do something about it. But I need guidance. And I don't know how other people are doing this, and I want insight. And I think that YouTube is one of the best places to go to learn for free. It is the second largest search engine next to Google. And so what better place to go than to see how other people are doing it? And that's not to say you have to go and do X, Y, and Z, every single thing that all these people are doing, but you can take what aligns with you. And I feel like that is the best approach to go into it. Until watching these videos, I didn't realize other people were going into it with a different mindset. And like, I guess that's like ignorance, but I just go into it taking everything with a grain of salt, and then I'm like, ooh, I'll try and adapt that to my life, see how it works. If it works for me, then it might be something I stick to. But for me, self-improvement is a bunch of trial and error. Another thing, I feel like these videos were like comparing self-improvement to like hustle culture. And it's like you're constantly always working on the next goal, working on yourself. Like that, I just feel like self-improvement looks how you want it to look. So if you are in the mindset of this isn't good enough, I need to do this, you're comparing yourself to other people, that's a really negative way to approach your goals. So to me, that's the problem, the mindset going into it, not the actual self-improvement content that you are consuming. That is not the problem. It is your negative self-talk, your negative mindset, your lack of action after learning something new and being caught on the hamster wheel of just feeling better about yourself because you are watching this video. One of the biggest things that these videos were highlighting is that watching self-improvement content gives you a false sense of working towards your goals or a false sense of making progress. I truly just think that it comes down to the individual. I just don't think that's true because there's been so many self-improvement, personal growth videos that I've personally watched that I've then gone and applied to my life that have made changes into my life that have benefited me and helped me work towards what I want. And one of the biggest reasons why I don't agree that self-improvement content, lifestyle, blah, blah, blah equals hustle culture is because like self-improvement can mean whatever it needs to mean for you. So for me, one of the things is just finding more peace, calm, and balance. And that is the exact opposite of what you get from hustle culture. And so I just like, they're not synonymous to each other, hustle culture and self-improvement. They're just not. And of course they can overlap. Again, it comes down to the behaviors. They can overlap if you are going into it with the wrong behaviors and mindset, but it's not the self-improvement itself and the wanting to better your life and the wanting to improve something that is the problem. It is okay to say that I want to change this part of my life while still accepting, loving, honoring, and feeling worthy in who you are right now. And work towards what you want while still enjoying and loving what you have right now. To say anything different is it's just not true. I am just such a big believer that you can love where you're at while still working towards more and working towards something that makes you feel happier, more aligned, more balanced, more calm, thriving, less stress, like all of those positive things. I just feel like I just don't like the whole let's try and steer people away from self-improvement content. Like why are we trying to stop people from bettering their lives? Why not turn this into a video that's about how to implement what you're learning instead of the attack on the self-improvement itself? I heard this take in one of the videos, like, you already know what to do, these videos cannot help you. But like I said, this is YouTube. People come here to learn things, to hear different perspectives from people of all backgrounds, and I think it's amazing and beautiful. What if someone doesn't know the steps to get them from A to B? So many people come on here and they're like, everyone knows how to lose weight. But what if someone doesn't know how to lose weight? What if they grew up in environments where they did not learn that information? It's like they are seeking the knowledge that they are lacking. And YouTube is a great place for that. I will say that I think it's important to have discernment and to take everything with a grain of salt and filter it through your own analysis and deciding if this is someone that you align with and want to take any sort of anything from. I'm just like, stop trying to deter people from trying to improve their life because you took it too far. Because me, I'm coming here to learn the things that I can start implementing into my life. I just want to drill home that I don't believe that self-improvement is the problem here. It's the mindset, behaviors, and the lack of behaviors that you're fostering here that are creating the problems. When people say that watching these self-improvement videos is giving this illusion of false productivity, I just think it's like anything. You have to work at it to keep it, to maintain it, to see progress. Self-improvement doesn't work by just consuming the content. And anyone who believes that is quickly going to realize that when they are in the same place a year from now, because they did not implement anything into their life. And if they want to turn around and say, oh, self-improvement doesn't work and these videos don't actually get you anywhere, I just beg to differ, because so many of these videos have helped me improve my own life because I took the knowledge and I implemented it. So again, I just don't think that the self-improvement content is the problem here. It's just a bit delusional to me for someone to think that they were going to magically improve their life overnight by watching a video. I just don't think that a majority of people who are consuming self-improvement content are thinking that way. And I might be wrong. I don't know, because all I know is that's definitely not how I approach it. So as someone that does consume this type of content, I go into this thinking about what can I pull from this to extract into my life, to implement into my life. And for me, that's where the magic happens. It's not in watching the video. The video isn't changing my life. I am changing my life. I am implementing what I am learning from this video and some of the tips and tricks that I might have found from this video, the perspectives, the insight that I might have pulled away from this video. And I'm thinking, how can I apply this to my life? How can I adapt this to what I'm going through? And then I implement, and then I take the action, and then I shift the behaviors. There is no cookie cutter way to improve your life. You don't just wake up at 5 a.m., do a meditation, and read 10 pages a day, and your life is magically changed. You have to really think about the things that you want for yourself, and if the actions you are taking are going to align to that. And if they aren't, you need to figure out what actions you need to take to get you to where you want to be. And you might find the actions that you need to take in a self-improvement YouTube video. You might find it in a book. You might find it in a podcast. You might find it in some form of self-improvement content. I don't think that searching for that answer is inherently wrong. What I think the problem is when you're too busy searching for the answer and searching for the right thing that's going to work overnight and be instant gratification, that you stop taking action and you stop implementing. Immerse yourself and learn new things, trial and error, take action, implement, and make sure you are doing things that align with the life that you want for yourself. If it doesn't align with you, and if it doesn't bring you joy, if it doesn't move the needle closer to where you want to be, then what is the point? What is the point here? Because in my mind and how I view it, self-improvement is supposed to enhance your life, not make it worse, not make it to a point where it feels like it's detrimental. And if that is the case, I truly don't think that it's the self-improvement videos that are the problem here and that are making you feel this way. I think that it's time to dig a little deeper. Like, are you putting pressure on yourself that you have to improve your life a certain way? It has to look a certain way. It has to be hustle, grind. It has to be painful. It has to be, because it doesn't have to look any way other than the way that you want it to look and how you want it to feel. And I think that that is one of the most freeing things ever, that this journey of self-improvement, personal growth, personal development, it gets to look whatever way you want it to look. And it gets to feel the way that feels good for you. Just like self-improvement gurus. It's such an individual journey that I'm just like, how can you be, you can only be like, I believe that people can be a guru in their own self-improvement journey. Like, you've gotten to a point where you know the process you need to take to implement the action to get the result that you want, like, and you've nailed that down, and you know your limits and your boundaries and all of those kind of things. Like, yeah, you can be an expert and a guru in that, and you can share what you've learned, but it's not a cookie cutter thing. Self-improvement isn't cookie cutter, and I don't believe it's the problem, but I also don't think that there is a cookie cutter solution when it comes to self-improvement. And there's a lot out there to say otherwise, but that's just how I feel about it right now in this moment. All this to say, don't forget to go out there and implement the things that you are learning from these self-improvement videos, because the magic is in the action that you take outside of the video. The video can only do so much to get you there. It's like that saying, like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. And so don't forget to drink your water and take the action in your life to get to where you want to be. That's it. That's my thoughts on this. As I shifted my content to talk more about my life here in Australia, I realized that I missed talking about things like this that I feel very passionate about and that might help someone else. I enjoy making content that empowers and inspires other people, so I'm going to be sprinkling in videos like this from time to time. Let me know your thoughts on self-improvement content. Do you consume it? Have you seen it? Is it not for you? I have friends who are just like, I hate self-help books. They're allowed to. That's okay. That's not for everyone. But I just, like, if it is for you and you vibe with it and you love watching that content, don't let these videos make you feel bad about wanting to improve your life. Don't make people out here trying to shame you for watching these videos and making you feel like you're doing something wrong or you're being disillusioned. What's the word? Don't let people make you feel bad for watching this kind of content and making you feel like you're delusional thinking that you're actually making any progress by watching these videos. I do believe that these types of videos can have a huge positive impact on people's lives if you take the context of the videos and you implement things into your life and find out what works for you. So yeah, that's it. That's the video. Thanks so much for watching. Consider subscribing and I hope to see you tuning into another video soon. Bye!